Another slow, high defense character, only without, I would say.
Oh, with Ornamus, a slow, high defense character doesn't necessarily mean slow gameplay. He's carrying over that axe skill from his brand.
When I look at Barraza, I don't see signatures that have quite as much reach as, say, Wing Knives, because they're not separate from his character, you know? Except with his guns. Killjoy opening up with some D-Light sword combos. And Ornamus finding the weapons.
To yellow already. Ornamus gradually pawing his way in with those side airs.
Yeah, looking for a downer opening just to get some damage off and get into a combo.
They're going for the aggressive gravity cancel side sig.
Ornamus isn't really finding his way in with these down airs, but at the same time he's not really getting punished, so I don't think he's afraid. Finally finds a D-Light.
I think what's important to Ornamus is that he's managing to rack up some damage. Until now, of course. Set off the map with that gravity cancel side sig.
That was an incredibly early stock. Just being able to see Bodvar be able to put him in a position on the stage where he could follow up with
landing the side sig and the side air, trying to cover the landings with that weapon throw.
Yeah.
We might see a neutral sig here, trying to bait out with that down sig. Doesn't quite play out the way he wants it to.
Russ opting for some signature punishes, but they're not landing. Goes for his gun punish.
Goes for the risky side sig.
Gets hit by a lot of sword combos and ends up canceling it with his own D-Light. Still, though, getting carried across the stage by these D-Lights and these side airs. Killjoy finds himself a hammer. Goes for the down light.
Gets punished for trying to use that signature with 11 throw. No unarmed follow-up, surprisingly. Killjoy back with the sword.
I have not seen much axe from the Barraza here.
When he did have the axe, he was...
Yeah, it just doesn't... I don't see how he can have the speed to be able to get in. It's a very punishing wet... Well, there we go. There's a side air to be able to
It's not necessarily about speed, it's about the read.
Yeah, that's true. So he's able to rack up the damage with his guns and use the axe as a finisher.
Exactly, and that... You see him there, like, reading the Bodvar, getting the down air, but I'm not sure what the toss was with the weapon.
Yeah, ends up getting him punished with a neutral air.
Might
Another
get called
neutral air.
Neutral, and he does.
Just covering all of Barraza's landings, not letting him land back on the stage, and ends up killing him off the top. I think he's going to want to go back to the guns so that he can land properly. But instead finds an axe, the only thing that's available to him on the stage, and gets caught by a D-Light side air combo. Gets Killjoy off the map. 3 downers in a row.
We might see an accident, though. Killjoy slips out.
Nope. Covering a mind right now with his jumps.
Getting punished hard for that side sig. 2 combos coming out of Killjoy.
Every time Barraza misspaces one of the side airs, he's just going in for that D-Light side air combo and punishing him.
Killjoy watching that ground really well every time he... I feel like every time Ornamus lands, speaking of lands, landing that down sig, getting the stock off the Bodvar. But this Killjoy is incredibly good at capitalizing on the landings.
Uh-huh. And something that we're seeing is that he's also capitalizing on the landings at parts of the stage where you can kind of end these stocks a lot earlier than you'd expect.
Going for that gravity cancel side sig.
Yeah, places a mine, tries to kick him into it, but
Almost
misses.
gets kicked into it.
Constantly hitting him with these side airs, just trying to push him towards the other side of the stage. Finds himself off stage, however. Going for the ledge cancel.
Almost get... I feel like Ornamus was thinking about the ground pound, wasn't so sure if he wanted to commit to it.
Yeah, because if he missed, well, he'd be in a much more dangerous position than the Bodvar. But he's racking up damage slowly and steadily here.
Gradually with those side airs. Ooh, gets the stomp, doesn't get the neutral.
As long as Barraza can stay on the ground,
far back with that stair.
I feel like he's got control of this match. Killjoy ends up going off stage, however.
Could be.
Ooh,
he lands the side sig.
I think that was just straight up.
He's got the axe in hand. He's looking for the recovery. He gets it.
The lower hitbox of the axe ends up hitting him off the stage.
And the side air.
The side air to end the stock. That game 1 goes to Ornamus. Incredibly clutch option choices there near the very end. I'm just very surprised. Anyways, move on to the next match. See if Ornamus sticks to his Barraza.
Yellow and many platforms banned out.
Nope, Ornamus immediately opting to switch to Sentinel before stages are even picked. Killjoy wants to pick Thunderguard and sticks with Bodvar. Goes to Twilight, more of those stage hazards and stage shenanigans that we're going to be seeing. Very fun. Both players opt into neutral, but the first weapon spawn goes to Killjoy and he gets the hammer.
Mine doesn't find itself landing on any surface.
No, just tossed off the map. And that probably is where he wanted it to go. Just because you throw the mine doesn't mean it's not going to hurt you.
Ornamus doing a good job at avoiding damage until he gets a weapon in his hand.
Yeah. Ends up letting the weapon go to Killjoy, but punishes him with some unarmed combos.
Finds a down light in the down airs.
Killjoy's going for gravy cancel neutral sigs to force Ornamus to maneuver.
Every landing that he can catch, Killjoy is capitalizing on.
Yeah. Both players now have a weapon. Ornamus opting for the hammer, Killjoy's with the sword, but he's racking up much more damage than Ornamus is going to be able to.
Goes for that side so you get spot.
At this point, it's just up to Killjoy to be able to find a way to execute the stock. Sentinel's damaged enough to be able to kill him off in many ways. Goes for the D-Light, but doesn't follow up.
Killjoy a little bit hesitant to go off stage. He might not need to secure a kill here. Goes for the down sig, but doesn't quite catch. Ornamus trying to get inside with those Catars and succeeding. Ends up picking the hammer, gets the side light, and Killjoy pulls a Z.
I guess he thought he had more jumps than he... Unfortunate. Opts for bomb toss.
Ornamus is stunned for victory.
Yeah. Goes for the disco. Doesn't land and picks up a sword of his own.
So I recall the damage is so high that one combo might take him off, and it does.
Alright, Ornamus wants the mine, and the stocks are even up again. It's always interesting watching these two players kind of duke it out in the neutral, because Killjoy always seems to take advantage of the early game, but when it gets to that point where, you know, Ornamus is in kill percent, he can't close out the stock. And that's when he struggles, and that's where Ornamus succeeds. He can hold on to his stock, get him into the red, and end up executing in a way that Killjoy can't seem to do with his Bodvar. 2 weapon spawns on that stage hazard in the top right.
Ornamus back with the Catars and really laying on the pressure for Killjoy.
Yeah, spacing in a way that he can't really be punished. Goes for the down sig though and gets hit by a side sig.
Risky down sig.
Yeah.
Against Killjoy.
Another side sig shoving Sentinel off the ledge.
And neutral air just out of the stage.
Yep, that was the first time I think we've seen Killjoy reach for a kill. And it was after 2 successful side signature punishes that played up to the kill. Yeah. Sentinel now looking for a weapon. Seems to be going for unarmed combat though instead of giving Killjoy that free punish.
Sentinel just reaching out, trying to get that sig and close the stock. Finds the side air and closes it out.
Killjoy ends up reaching for a weapon in that one part of the stage that you don't want to reach for.
I'm hoping that Killjoy doesn't try and go for another down sig. It seems like Killjoy expects it, and he's waiting for it to try and punish with that.
It's one of those things where, like, because it worked once before, he'll think it'll work again, but it's being punished now by the opposing player. But he finds a D-Light and it gets an amazing sword string.
Ornamus back with the Catars and trying to line up a neutral sig, it seems.
Yeah, both players just going back into neutral. Ornamus waiting for Killjoy to make his first move. The last time they were in this neutral state, Ornamus went for a signature read,
Killjoy,
and he got punished.
Getting the damage out. It's looking like he's going to get that side. Gets him into the air, gets the neutral sig, and takes Killjoy off the top.
Yep, game 2 goes to Ornamus, and Killjoy is knocked out of the tournament. We're moving on to losers semis.